were sitting in my kitchen at 2 a.m., lights off, drinking coffee because neither of us could sleep. He kept glancing at the window like he was expecting something to be standing outside. "If I ever show up at your place without warning," he said, "don't open the door." I laughed, assuming he was messing with me. He wasn't. "If I knock, if I call, if I text asking to come in, don't," he said. "And if I sound desperate, it means something went wrong." That's when I stopped laughing. I asked him why he would say something like that. He told me about a hiking trip he had taken up north. He went alone deep into the forest locals avoided. No trails, no signs, just trees that looked all the same no matter how far you walked. On the third day, he realized something was moving with him, not chasing him, matching his speed. When he stopped, it stopped. When he walked, it walked. Eventually, he saw it standing between two trees, half hidden, like it hadn't fully decided what shape it was supposed to be. It was almost human, he said. Almost. Too tall, arms a little too long, its head tilted, like it was listening for instructions. When it spoke, it used his voice, but the words came out wrong, like it learned how to talk by watching someone through glass. "Help me, I'm lost." He ran. That night, it stood outside his tent. It never touched it. It just practiced, repeating his name over and over, changing the tone each time. Calm, panicked, angry, laughing, and crying. By morning, there were 2 sets of footprints leading away from the campsite. Only one set came back. When he finished telling me this, he looked smaller somehow, like something had been taken out of him. "It followed me home," he said. "Not right away. It waited." I told him he needed to rest. I even suggested talking to someone. He grabbed my wrist hard enough to hurt. "If I come to you," he said, eyes wide, "it means it figured me out." He left before sunrise. 2 days later, he stopped answering his phone. A week after that, I got a text from his number. "Can I crash at your house tonight?" No punctuation, no nickname. He always used both. I didn't reply. 10 minutes later, another message. "Please, man, I really need help." That night, I locked my door. There was a knock. 3 slow taps. Familiar rhythm. I didn't move. From the hallway outside my apartment, his voice spoke perfectly steady. "I know you're awake." I stayed silent. Something shifted on the other side of the door. A long breath, then softer. "I told you this would happen." The handle turned. It didn't open, but it turned. The next morning, I checked my phone. There was one last text sent at 4:12 a.m. "It's better at being me now." An hour later, my neighbor asked why my friend had been standing outside my door all night. He said he never moved. He said he just stood there, smiling. Whatever came back wasn't my friend. I've dealt with sleep paralysis for most of my life. Back in high school, it happened a lot. Almost always the same way. I'd dream I was standing at the edge of a cliff, unable to move, while someone laughed behind me. Then I'd be shoved forward, falling endlessly until I woke up. At first, it terrified me. Eventually, it just got old. Over time, I learned the warning signs. Pressure in my chest, the spike of panic, feeling that my body was about to lock up. If I caught it early enough, I could force myself awake before things got bad. For years, that was all it was. Just an inconvenience. Then, a few years ago, at my old apartment, something changed. Out of boredom one night, I downloaded an app called Necrophonic. I'd seen people online messing with it, claiming it picked up strange sounds or voices. I didn't really believe any of it. I just thought it was something creepy to play around with. I really wish I had left it alone. About a week later, I had a dream. It started normal enough. I was with a woman. Everything felt realistic, too realistic. Then, without warning, her skin began to change. It turned pale, almost gray, and started decaying right in front of me, like something rotting and fast forward. I shoved her away in panic. That's when I noticed something worse. Behind her, the earlier part of the dream was playing again, like a projection on a wall. The exact moment from before, looping silently. Everything else around was just completely dark. She stared at me and started growling. Low, slow, and deliberate. I felt that familiar rush of panic hit all at once. My chest tightened, my limbs felt heavy. I knew sleep paralysis was seconds away. I forced myself awake. I lay there in the dark afterward, heart racing, afraid to close my eyes again. It took hours before I finally drifted back to sleep. When I did, I was somewhere else. I was standing inside a narrow, claustrophobic building. The walls felt too close, like the space was shrinking. At the end of the hallway was a door. I opened it and stepped outside. Beyond it was a wide grassy field, stretched endlessly, with a single road cutting through it. Standing on that road was that same pale woman. She wasn't moving. She was just watching me. The panic hit immediately, stronger than before. I tried to wake myself up, and as I did, I heard her scream, long and sharp, right as I regained consciousness. Another week passed. This time, the dream put me inside an old antique shop. The air felt heavy. Every object inside felt wrong, like it didn't belong in the same reality as me. Behind the counter stood a strange, round humanoid figure. Its eyes followed me as I looked around. When it finally spoke, its voice was calm. "Don't go out there," it said. "She's waiting for you." Through the glass door, I saw a pale woman standing outside, closer than before. When I forced myself awake this time, something felt different. I felt my foot being pulled downward. My body shifted. My face lifted off the pillow before dropping back down onto the mattress. I was fully awake. That was the last incident. After I moved out of that apartment, everything stopped. No more dreams, no more paralysis. But during that time, my roommate's dogs would randomly get scared, especially when I was home alone. They'd come into my room, shaking, refusing to leave my side. I never used that app again. And I still don't know if it was coincidence or if something realized I was paying attention. Thanks for watching. If you have a true story, send it to acestruestories@gmail.com. If you have an idea for a future video, leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, there's always another story.